Have you ever wondered why some women instantly lose interest in you, even if you look good, have a stable career, or treat them well? The truth is, it's not always about looks or money. Women are experts at spotting weakness in men, and once they sense it, attraction fades instantly. Today, we're diving deep into a powerful topic: 7 signs women see you're weak. These are subtle behaviors that you might not even notice, but trust me, women pick up on them immediately. And if you don't fix these, you'll keep wondering why she doesn't respect you, why she pulls away, or why she chooses another man over you. So, if you're ready to build a stronger, more attractive personality, let's break down these signs, one by one. Now, don't get me wrong, apologizing when you've done something wrong shows maturity. But if you're the kind of guy who says sorry for everything, even when it's not your fault, women see that as weakness. Imagine this. She bumps into you, and instead of her saying sorry, you're the one apologizing. Or maybe she cancels plans last minute and you instantly say, "No problem, it's fine." What does that signal? That you value her time and comfort more than your own. Women subconsciously test men to see if they have a backbone, and if you keep over-apologizing, you're telling her, "I don't believe I deserve respect." The fix? Only apologize when it's truly needed. Instead, replace constant sorries with confident phrases like, "No worries, let's do this instead," or, "I understand, but my time is valuable too." That shows self-respect. Here's the thing, most men think that avoiding conflict makes them more likable, but in reality, it does the opposite. Women don't want a man who picks unnecessary fights, but they do want a man who can stand his ground when it matters. Imagine this. She makes a joke at your expense in front of her friends, and instead of responding with confidence or setting a boundary, you just laugh it off nervously. Or maybe she constantly changes plans, and you never speak up because you're afraid of upsetting her. Do you know what she sees? A man who lacks backbone. Psychologically, people respect those who can calmly but firmly defend their values and opinions. When you avoid confrontation just to keep the peace, women sense weakness. They start thinking, if he can't even stand up to me, how will he handle real-life challenges? The fix? You don't have to be aggressive, but you must be assertive. Learn to say things like, "I hear you, but I don't agree," or "I don't think that works for me." Notice how that instantly shifts the dynamic. You're no longer the pushover, you're the man who commands respect. Here's a big one, and it's subtle. If you're always fishing for her approval, women instantly sense it. You might not even realize you're doing it. Maybe you're always asking, "Do you like this shirt on me?" Or, "Was that joke funny?" Or worse, you keep checking her reactions to see if you measured up. Now here's the psychology behind it. When you look to a woman for validation, you're basically telling her, "My confidence depends on you." And that is a huge red flag, because true confidence comes from within. It doesn't waver based on whether someone approves of you or not. Think about it. Which man do you think women are more drawn to? The one who nervously seeks reassurance, or the one who wears his outfit with pride, speaks his mind without hesitation, and doesn't care if everyone agrees? The fix? Instead of seeking validation, give validation. Compliment her when you mean it. Appreciate others without expecting anything back. And most importantly, make decisions based on your own standards, not her approval. That's when she starts to see you as a leader, not a follower. Now, listen carefully. Admiring a woman is fine. Respecting her, essential. But when you treat her like she's a goddess who can do no wrong, you're actually killing attraction. Here's what I mean. If you cancel your plans every time she calls, if you shower her with endless compliments even when she hasn't earned them, or if you tolerate bad behavior just because she's beautiful, you're putting her on a pedestal. And do you know what happens when someone is always placed above you? They start looking down on you. Psychology backs this up. Humans value what's scarce and respect what has boundaries. When you make her your entire world, you lose your sense of balance, and she loses respect for you. A quick example. Imagine 2 guys. One drops everything the second she texts. The other says, "I'd love to see you, but I already have plans. Let's meet tomorrow instead." Which one do you think she'll admire more? Exactly. The man who respects his own time. The fix? Stop worshiping her. Appreciate her, yes, but also have your own priorities, goals, and boundaries. A woman is attracted to a man who values himself first. One of the quickest ways women spot weakness in a man is indecision. If every time she asks, "Where should we go for dinner?" or "What movie should we watch?" and you reply with, "I don't know, whatever you want," you're signaling uncertainty. Now, don't get me wrong, compromise in a relationship is important. But when you always put the decision on her shoulders, she starts to feel like she's leading the relationship, not you. And deep down, women don't want to be in charge. They want a man who can take initiative. Here's the psychology. Indecisiveness communicates a lack of confidence, and confidence is one of the most attractive traits you can have. Imagine this. Instead of saying, "I don't care, you choose," you say, "Let's try that new Italian place downtown. I heard it's amazing." Or when she asks what movie to watch, you reply, "Let's go with the action one tonight, and we'll do your pick next time." That's leadership with consideration. The fix? Start making small, confident decisions daily. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Remember, women don't want a dictator, but they don't want a man who can't decide either. They want someone who leads with confidence and balance. Have you ever caught yourself giving long, unnecessary explanations just to justify your actions? Like if you're late, instead of simply saying, "Thanks for waiting, I appreciate your patience," you go on a 5-minute rant about traffic, your boss, the weather, and your alarm clock. Here's the truth. When you constantly over-explain, it looks like you're seeking permission or approval. And women immediately sense that as insecurity. A strong man doesn't feel the need to defend every move he makes. He lets his actions speak for him. Psychologically, over-explaining communicates one thing. I'm afraid you won't accept me unless I give you reasons. But here's the twist. When you own your decisions with calm confidence, you actually earn more respect. Picture this. A woman asks why you didn't answer her call right away, instead of, "Oh, I was busy, my phone was charging, I was in the shower, and then my mom called." You simply say, "I was tied up, what's up?" Short, clear, confident. The fix? Stop defending every little choice. Trust yourself. If you made a decision, stand by it. The less you explain, the stronger you appear. One of the biggest giveaways of weakness is when a man can't say no. You're afraid she'll get upset, so you agree to things you don't want to do. Maybe she asks for a favor when you're exhausted, and instead of resting, you sacrifice your time just to keep her happy. Or maybe she pushes your boundaries, and you let it slide because you're scared of losing her. Here's the psychology. When you never say no, you're teaching her that your time, energy, and values are negotiable. And once that happens, respect slowly disappears. Women don't admire men who bend over backwards for everything. They admire men who have standards. Think about it. If you always say yes, your word loses value. But when you say yes sometimes and no when necessary, your yes actually means something. Here's the fix. Start small. Practice saying no politely but firmly. For example, "I can't today, I've got other priorities." Or, "That doesn't work for me, but we can do this instead." Notice how that still shows respect, but also sets a boundary. And trust me, women might test you at first, but deep down they feel more secure and attracted to a man who can stand his ground. Let me be real with you. Nothing screams weakness louder than a man who can't say no. If you're the type who always says yes just to avoid conflict or to keep her happy, you're silently destroying your own value. Think about it. She asks you for a favor at midnight when you're exhausted, and instead of saying, "I need rest, let's talk tomorrow," you drag yourself out just to please her. Or she crosses a line with a disrespectful comment, and you just smile, pretending it didn't bother you. Psychologically, when you can't say no, you're signaling that her approval matters more than your boundaries. And here's the catch. Women might enjoy the control for a moment, but deep down, they lose respect for men who don't stand their ground. A man with self-respect knows his time, energy, and values are important. He's not rude about it, but he's clear. For example, instead of a weak, "Okay, fine," you confidently say, "I can't do that right now, but we can figure something else out." That's firm, respectful, and shows leadership. The truth is, women don't want a man who bends at every request. They want a man whose yes actually means something, and that only happens when he's not afraid to say no. So there you have it. 7 signs women see you're weak. If you noticed yourself in 1 or 2 of these signs, don't panic. Awareness is the first step, and now you know exactly what to work on. Remember, strength isn't about being aggressive or controlling. It's about self-respect, confidence, and the ability to stand tall in who you are. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 signs do you think is the hardest to break? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'll be reading and replying to as many as I can. And if you found value in this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss out on future lessons. Because in my next video, I'll be sharing 5 habits that instantly make you more attractive to women. And trust me, you don't want to miss that one. Until then, stay confident, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.